Hi everyone, it's Paula, Empty Nester at 40. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be using this round metal sign that I picked up at Michael's to make a cute farmhouse decor piece. In addition to this sign, I will be using two round objects, different circumference sizes. I'm going to be using the top of my trash can, and I'm going to also be using this little slider that's used for exercise usually. The next thing that I'm going to be using is a roll of burlap. I actually picked this burlap up at Walmart during the Christmas clearance, my scissors, some Mod Podge, and hot glue. The paint that I'm going to be using is white chalk paint and some black acrylic paint. You can use whatever you'd like. And I also have these black paint markers that I also picked up at the Dollar Tree. Now, let's go ahead and get started on this project. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our metal sign to one side. We're going to roll out our burlap, and we're going to pick up the object that we're going to use that has the wider circumference, and we're going to cut that out. I'm going to cut actually even wider than the top of the trash can circumference. Later on, I end up shaping it up a little bit more, but for right now, I'm just going to cut it at a bigger size. Okay, now that the burlap has been cut to the circumference that we're looking for, we're going to go ahead and Mod Podge it onto the metal sign. If you can't find one of these metal signs at Michael's, I'm sure that you can use one of the silver chargers from the Dollar Tree. It will be a little bit different because the charger has a little indent in the middle, but it should still look fairly cute. All right, so now we're just going to go ahead and Mod Podge the sign, and we're going to lay the burlap down, and we're just going to add more Mod Podge to the top of the burlap, and then we are going to allow everything to dry fully. Now, I know that some people do special things to help with the drying process. Some people put things in the oven, some people put things outside. It's up to you. I'm just going to let it dry naturally. And once it's completely dry, I will continue with my project. Okay, now that the Mod Podge has dried, I'm going to take the smaller object that I'm using for a circumference, and I am going to use that to determine where I'm going to do my white circular paint. I actually, at this point, realized that that object was too big and I didn't have anything smaller, so I'm just going to go ahead and freehand um, a circle. And I'm just going to continue to paint that circle in the middle of what I'm assuming to be the middle of my burlap that I Mod Podged down. Okay, we are going to finish our white circle in the middle of our burlap. We are going to let that dry, and then we are going to do a second coat of white. It's up to you if you wanted a second coat or not. It doesn't really fully cover, but I did do a second coat. And once I'm done with that second coat, again, I'm just going to set it aside and let it dry. I'd like to take this time to thank everybody that has subscribed to my channel. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you're notified the next time I upload a video. All right, let's continue on with the project. All right, now that our white paint is dry, we're going to go ahead and grab our stencil and we're going to stencil whatever it is that you want to. This is going to be a metal monogram frame. So I am stenciling the first letter of our last name, which is an S. So we're going to go ahead and take some black paint. I have a little foam brush that I'm going to be using, and I'm just going to put a little bit of paint on my foam brush and I'm just going to start dabbing. Now the stencil is a little bit smaller than what I wanted to use, but my freehand is not good at all. So we are going to build on this stencil, not much, but we're going to build on it. Oh, there's my German Shepherd. Her name is Allie for anybody that's interested. She likes to come into the craft room and hang out with me while I'm doing my crafts. Okay, and I'm going to build up on the stencil using one of the black markers that I showed at the beginning of the video. So at this point, I realized that my sign needed something else. So I grabbed some of my greenery. I have this elephant ear that I bought from Walmart. I believe I paid $2 for the stem. I couldn't really come up with a pattern to use with these elephant ear light leaves. I really like them, but I just couldn't come up with a pattern or design that I liked. So I went ahead and grabbed another bushel of greenery that I have that I also purchased at Walmart, and it was 97 cents. And I decided to cut the ends of these greenery pieces and then just hot glue them, following the white circle on the outer side of the circle. So at this point, I almost at the end of my project, and I realized that the black on the S isn't looking dark enough. So I tried with my marker first, and that wasn't giving me the darkness that I was looking for. So I grabbed a little paintbrush, dipped it in some black paint, and now I am just going over the S with a little bit more paint, making the S a little bit thicker and a little bit darker. Okay, I'm all set, and here is my finished project. Thank you all for watching. I truly appreciate it, and I will talk to you on my next video.